Hi, this is Susan for SLC Aquatics coming to you live Friday morning, December the 6th. And got to get my chat lined up again. I came in here to go live this Friday morning because I've had to change my hour from 11 a.m. Central to 9:30 a.m. Central. So I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get the notification that I'm live, and I'll just give you some groundwork right now to let you know that everything is going good in the fish room. I do have some guppy females that are looking a little lethargic, so I will be doing water changes and maybe putting some salt in their aquariums according to the directions on the salt box. And I think it's 1 tablespoon per 5 gallons or something like that. So hey Dee down the wormhole, good morning dear, how are you doing today? I hope you are having a wonderful Friday. This is the window that I have now since my son is taking dialysis 3 times a week. Hello Rockford Fish Keeping, how are you doing this morning? Good to have you join me. Hope everything's going good in the fish rooms and in the critter rooms. I was just given a foundation of the reason why I'm going early. This is the pocket that I have now on Friday mornings, 9:30 to 10:30. And depending on, I may have to close early if he texts me to let me know he's done with his procedure. So 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, he has dialysis. And so I've already been to the post office this morning to ship some crayfish out to SLC Aquatics and Fish Room Fever. And I will be getting them their tracking numbers. It'll probably be Monday before they get their crayfish, but if by not by chance, waiting for UPS this morning. All right, Rockford Fish Keeping. I know you got some fish coming in because you got that tank ready for them. Are you using filter media from other tanks to cycle your tanks, or are you going through a different procedure? I haven't done much on the website lately. I will be getting on the website maybe a week or two, maybe a week before Christmas, and do some updates for the 2020 events that will be coming up. And I need to add some people on the resource page, like 5-minute lag today. Yeah, it's not bad, a 5-minute lag. You might want to refresh. Every time I get started, I'm going to see. So is my video and audio out of sync? Hey, Passion for Pets, dear, how are you doing? So glad to see you. I don't get to say much, but I do try to watch your live streams, your quiet moments with the Lord, because they're an inspiration to me. And maybe one day you and I can do a collab on my other channel. Susan shares inspirational messages, and maybe we can do a collab and do a Bible study together. I think that would be so cool. So maybe something for 2020. How about that? All right. Rockford Fish Keeping said there was a 5-minute lag today. Seeded filters from other tanks. Thank you, Brian. Rockford Fish Keeping. Getting any snow? Anybody seeing any snow right now? Not Nola Jane Fishridge. Hello, dear. I really don't have any technical things going on right now. I did get my crayfish shipped out to SLC Aquatics and Fish Room Fever, and no heat packs, because I really checked out that the crayfish temperatures don't normally kill a crayfish. What kills a crayfish is bad water qualities, starving them, and age. So I've not known them to ever have disease or anything like that. That's the link to your other channel. What's the link to your other channel? Let me look it up for you, dear. And I'm going to go over to find it. Let's see. See if it comes up in a search. Yeah, there it is. And I'm going to share it in the link here in a minute. My daughter and I did a stream about a month ago. And that's the link to the other channel, if you're interested. It is spiritual or religious, as they say. Even though I'm not a religious person, I am a spiritual person. And it is my way of life. It is my living beliefs. Some of those videos are unlisted and some of them are listed because of their private nature. Some of them I will be taking down, and I want to do a new intro for that channel. D down the wormhole says you too might have fun with that. Yep. And anybody who wants to join us, believers, non-believers, okay, I'm coming back to you slowly but surely. My laptop did a reboot again. It seems to do it early in the stream, not later. So I'm sorry for that. I hope you can refresh and get it back. So it may take a few seconds for everything to sync together. I sent Dee a message in Messenger to let everybody know that my computer was rebooting again. It was on my end, Rockford Fish Keeping, and this laptop at the beginning of a stream reboots, and I don't know why. So I'm going to try actually removing some items or uninstalling some items and then rebooting the laptop, and it will reach for new drivers. So refresh not working either. Well, I'll just blah 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 for a few seconds until everybody's stream server catches up. YouTube's really, no, it's on my end. It's not YouTube. I don't like a lot of religious rules. It's all about a relationship with God, like a relationship with human friends and family. Yes, dear, I do agree. But I want to stay on the fish subject right now so we don't offend anybody this morning who didn't sign in for this, okay? So we're going to stay fish topic right now, passion for pets. And then on my other channel, we can discuss some of the subjects that you just commented about. So, Susan for SLC Aquatics is coming to you from the fish room for a few minutes today to give you updates on my guppies, my Bosemani rainbows. I lost a female the other day, and don't know why. I don't know if they were sparring, breeding, and they got too aggressive with her, but she did pass away. Also, everybody's had a good water change, at least 20%, 10 to 20% on Saturday. And a few of these tanks, depending on my schedule today and tomorrow morning, I'm going to do some small water changes, like the crayfish needs another water change. I did test the ammonia yesterday. Jason at Fish Tropic was curious Tuesday night what the ammonia level was because it's got a bacterial bloom in it. And I'll switch over to that camera right now so we can talk about it. As you see, it's still cloudy, but it's clearer than it was. And I did raise the water level again. I counted, let me see, I sold 5 and I put about 9 or 10 back into the tank. So I have about 15 crayfish that are living along with the mama. So, hey Vinotsky, how you doing? Good morning to you. Anthony's Fish Friends, good morning everyone. I'll be lurking while driving to work. All right, Anthony, please be careful. Rockford Fish Keeping is asking everyone to please hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Or the thumbs down. Doesn't matter to me. We got Hod's 21 fish tanks. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Hod's. How you doing? HODZ21. Down the wormhole. Hey, Vinotsky, and hey, Hod's. Good to have y'all with me today. If you don't know me, I am Susan for SLC Aquatics, and I raise tropical fish, mainly fancy guppies, and I do have a 55-gallon with endangered species, the Bozeman rainbow fish and denison sharks, 1 angelfish, and 3 peppered corydora, and mystery snails and ram's horn snails. Most of my aquariums, which is 17 at the moment, are planted aquariums. I have a 125-gallon pond on the front porch with 7 common goldfish in it. And Daryl Deemer is in the house. Hello, Daryl. How are you doing? My computer just recovered from another reboot, so I'm hoping to last a little bit longer this time. Passion for Pets says, one day I will have guppies, but I'm running out of space with all the tanks I have. LOL. I understand. This was a spare bedroom, and I took it over with just like a couple tanks, and then a couple more tanks, and then a couple more tanks. And this room here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 aquariums in it. Then I have, let's see, 15, 16, 15, 16, 17, 2 upstairs, a 20 long and a 10. Rockford Fish Keeping just says, that means you need more tanks. Duh. Yeah, if you're running out of room for tanks, you may have to actually upsize and take out of commission smaller tanks. Valley Fish is in the house. Hey, Valley Fish. Hod's 21 says, Bozeman are a beautiful fish. Looking to purchase a few more very soon, and I currently own 4. Yeah, they like actually schools of 6 or more, and I have, I want to say 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know where the other 2 are, or the other. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 denison barbs, or roseline sharks. Turbofish is in the house. Hello, Turbofish. Good morning. I would have to hang the tanks from the ceiling. That could be a new design if you hit the beams just right. Passion for Pets. I used to be a pipe fitter. If we can hang that big heavy pipe, we can hang a tank or 8. Passion for Pets says, aside from my fish tanks, I have other animal enclosures taking up spaces too. Yes, when you have other critters, it's hard to just say all of them are for fish. Aside from my fish tanks, I have other animals. Yes. I used to have gerbils, and I've had rabbits before, and you know, kitty cats and puppy dogs. Never had a bird. I've had a wild bird before. It was a beautiful blue pigeon, and him and his sister fell out of the nest and injured something internally to where they couldn't really fly. His sister didn't make it. She passed away within a few days. And then the male, he and I got to be buddy-buddy, and he'd even sit on my shoulder when I cut the yard with the push mower. And before I went to school every day, I put him up on a branch in a tree. But one day I came home from school and his feathers were everywhere because my kitty cat got to him. Turbofish says same. Once I open my personal business next year, I am going so redoing things around here. Awesome, Turbofish. I ask that you all will forgive me for a few minutes and please watch this commercial, and I'll be right back. Hi, Susan for SLC Aquatics here, touching lives one fish at a time. Hashtag FishFamMom. Coming to you today on the study of my 20-gallon colony breeding tank. It is a Tetra 20-gallon kit that I bought from Petco 4 years ago, and it is running with a Whisper EX20 on the back. It has an Aqueon, probably a 200-watt heater in it. I'm not sure. It has a sponge filter rated for 20 gallons, and it has a double sponge filter in the left corner rated for 20 to 40 gallons. The gravel substrate is a smooth, small, medium, I think a medium pebble. It has a Mopani driftwood in it with some wild caught moss on it, Java moss, and the plants. All right, I'm going to interrupt that commercial. I don't have the earbuds in, so I don't know what it was talking about. Rockford Fish Keeping says cockatiels are the best. Doc shuffles Jaffa and Yoda all in a giant cage when I was in my teens. And that's a rad feature there, Turbofish says. Thank you. Hi, Amateur Aquatics. Welcome to the live stream this morning. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics. If you all have not visited the website is slcaquatics.org. You can register free at the website, and you will get members features such as the member-only forum, and also you can go back and see previous versions of the hashtag FishFam community newsletter, the September newsletter and the November newsletter. I am currently working on the New Year 2020 newsletter, and it's going to have some fun features in it, as well as I'm thinking about not putting it in email format, but putting it in a website page under a project. So I'm going to talk to my designer and to see what I can do and still not use up all of my website memory for newsletters. I want to put it in a PDF format, but some people may have problems with PDF. Thank you, Rockford Fish Keeping, for sharing my website link. Also, if you would like to support Susan for SLC Aquatics, you can support me at PayPal me, Susan Core. Even though I have over 1,000 subscribers, I do not have the view time hours that is required by YouTube at this time to be monetized, so I cannot receive super chats yet, and I believe you have to have 10,000 subscribers to get the membership features. So I am looking forward to growing, but I'm not in a big hurry. You can support me at PayPal. And after the first of the year, I am going to offer my Patreon account again for those who like to do a monthly donation to help keep Susan for SLC Aquatics on YouTube, and also to help support the fish room. I'm excited because I have recently sold several bags of fish of my mutt guppies, Susan for SLC Aquatic mutts. I was naming them the Yellow Tiger Mosaics and the Purple Passions, but the strains have not reproduced true, but the variety that we are getting out of them is absolutely beautiful. I love the mint iridescent greens that I was getting, and some beautiful pink pastels, grass type, large caudal fins, long bodies. Some of them even had the snakeskin or cobra pattern to their bodies, and they're beautiful fish. But I am working on the blues, the reds, and the yellows. So I still have some breeding projects going there. I got to do some more culling. I want to welcome Pro Tim Aquatics in the house. Hello, Pro Tim. It's been a long time. Dropping by to say hi. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming by. If you get to holler at Preth Mesh for me, do that for me. Let him know I'm thinking of him. Hope you're doing well, and hope your fish room's doing well. I have 2 new strains in the fish room, guppy strains, and everybody knows that I have the American Green Guppies, which are IFGA winners, I believe in 2017 or 2018. I'm not sure what year they actually won first place. The breeder is Steve Quatner, Kwartner. He has a YouTube channel, and he also has a Facebook page. Anybody interested in contacting him, he has several strains that he works on, and they are beautiful fish. And of course, he is licensed IFGA, International Fancy Guppy Association, and he does all of his work according to their rules and guidelines. I am an independent breeder, so I'm not a member of IFGA or any other fancy guppy organization at this time. As finances improve, I may start joining some of these groups and participating in maybe local events. So I have the American Green Deltas. I have the Half Moon Mosaics, which produce blues, reds, yellows. Blues, reds, yellows. I think that's the 3 colors that they produce. And I cull them out, trying to keep the reds in one tank and the yellows in another tank. The blues have kind of blended with the reds. Red, yeah. And then I have 2 new strains. I just recently acquired a colony of, let me say them right, Tuxedo Red Koi Panda Guppies. Okay, Tuxedo Red Koi Panda Guppies. And I have a colony of 10, and they are juvenile, so they are maturing. And Rockford says, oh, I hate when FedEx can't read door numbers up to number 4. LOL, they knocked on each door asking, is this number 4? So sad, I know. So, did your fish come in? Daryl's here, so Daryl can help share some links now. I'm going to be on for another few minutes before I log off. The other strain that I have recently acquired are 3 male green cobra, and I'm calling them round tail, but they're not quite round tail. They're almost like a spade tail. They are beautiful, happy, healthy males, and soon I will be looking for some females to try a breeding project there. So that's my 4 main ones. I still have my mutt guppies. The tanks behind me, the 25 behind me, is my cull tank. And I have a friend in Colorado who likes to receive my bent spine guppies and give them a long life. And because I don't like euthanizing my fish, if they can live their life and be happy with someone else. And he reached out to me, so it was a blessing. I just have to wait for the temperatures to get warmer now before I can ship to him, because Colorado is several degrees cooler than Alabama right now. Amateur Aquatics is saying hi to Daryl. Abel L is in the house. Hello, Abel. Good to have you with us again today. Guppies have so many different names, LOL. It hurts my brain. Yes, it does. That's why I had to be careful. Tuxedo, red, koi, panda, guppy. That's what was on the label. They have orange on their nose. They have a white neck and belly. Their bodies are 3/4 black. And then their tail and their dorsal fins are red. So they are cute little guppies. I've never had that type of a strain before. I'm glad to get some reds back in the fish room. I used to have 3/4 turquoise Moscows. I miss them, but they were a local fish store, you know, big, what they call box store guppies. And so that strain produced a lot of pastels. And one of the Fish Fam community members here locally in Alabama has actually, 2 of them have purchased the fish that I took into my LFS. And so they have my guppies in their aquariums, and if I wanted to, I could go acquire some from them. I love those koi guppies. Thank you, Abel. I want to share with y'all again the tank of the crayfish. It's still cloudy today, even after a 90% water change. I'm probably going to do a 50% water change today, and maybe look into adding some more filtration. I may do a DIY filtration filter to help with the beneficial bacteria. Even though beneficial bacteria grows on surfaces, for the, I guess, the load of the bio load that's in this tank, it's not sufficient. And that's why I'm really trying to sell these crayfish. I sold 5 of them, and I have 10 more, 9 or 10 more that need to go to a good home. One was unable to get any at this time due to the holidays expenses. Rockford Fish Keeping said, those sound like a koi guppy. Only one with a red mouth I know of is a koi. Yeah, listen to what I said. I said tuxedo, red, koi, panda guppy. Because they were mixed koi, I do believe. They were mixed with koi guppies and panda guppies. And they are producing themselves. They are reproducing themselves. So I'm curious to see when these grow up, what kind of guppies I get from the first drop. Yeah, they are koi guppies, but they are tuxedo, red koi, panda guppies, if that makes any sense at all. But the tank that you're looking at right now is my crayfish tank. There's not much activity going on right now due to them just waking up, and I haven't dropped any food in. And I packaged 5. 3 was in one package and 2 in the other. Oh, I missed the koi part, my bad. Yeah, and I slowed down and paused, so if you were doing anything else, you may have missed me, because when I'm thinking, I pause. But that is the crayfish tank. So if anybody is interested in self-cloning crayfish within the United States, you have to do your own research to find out whether they are legal for you to have or not. Please don't order them if your state does not allow you to. Don't break the law. Not on my case. Daryl says, I'm in the middle of setting up a new phone. Can someone else grab those links? Thanks, Daryl. Abel says, I'm breeding orange flamingos right now, and they are getting so beautiful. Yes, Abel, I have seen orange flamingos. They are beautiful guppies. Hodge 21 Fish Tank says, have you ever thought about trying to create your own strain of guppies? Yes, I do have several of my own, and I'm working on 3 projects right now. I have navy blue lace, and I also have the yellow tiger Moscow, and I also am working on a purple passion, which has red in the body as well. Be right back. Have to feed. Okay, Rockford. Hodge 21, thanks for the sub, brother. Yes, remember on Susan for SLC Aquatics, we don't call it subs, we call it showing love for love. So visit everyone's channel, make sure you have shown love to their channel, and vice versa, and that's how we grow and we show love to one another. So yes, to answer your question, HODZ21 Fish Tanks, I am working on several of my own strains of guppies. I haven't named any of them. I sold 10 bags of my mutt guppies, and I have, even in those drops, what I'm calling a native Indian feathertail, and they are beautiful mint green. They have green and black in their caudal fins, and the shape of their caudal fin in the middle looks like a bird feather. So I'm calling them Native American Indian feathertails, and they do come and produce different colors. They are producing a mint green or a fluorescent green, and they are producing what is it? I think yellow and black. But I'm still working on those strains. They're only 6 to 8 months old right now, so you know I'm early in the project. It's all love here, Amateur Aquatics says. Yes, it is. Does anyone have any questions for me this morning? Thank you, Daryl, for sharing my Teespring store. And also, my biggest store is my Zazzle store, which he will post here in a little bit. I'll have to go dig through your video vaults to see them. They sound stunning. Thank you. I've got a couple videos up, and I can't remember what playlist I put them under. It could have been new fish strains or new fish, or could have been just under my fancy guppy playlist. I forget. I have so many playlists. I really need to minimize them and go through it and organize them. Please don't go back 4 years ago and look at my beginning videos, but if you want to laugh, go right ahead. My first 2 live streams, I spoke to myself because I didn't know how to advertise myself. I didn't know how to pre-schedule. I didn't know how to show up in other people's live stream chats and let them know that I will be live streaming to get a following. So it was a rough start, but it was funny. Thank you, Daryl, for sharing my Zazzle store. The Zazzle store has probably over 20 products and a variety from golf balls, koozies, t-shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, baseball caps, mouse pads, flash drives, buttons and magnets, all kinds of stuff there. The Teespring has my water change socks and my t-shirt and I think a coffee mug. And you've got to get a pair of water change socks, because when you're doing a water change, if you wear those water change socks, I promise you will feel like you have extra help. how long have you been keeping fish and what did you start off with? Now since 2015, so 4 years. Actually, January of 2020 will be my 5-year mark that I have been keeping fish nonstop. As a child, I started with the 3 goldfish in a bowl that my dad won at a fair. They didn't live very long because I didn't know how to take care of them. I think I was in 4th grade. And then from there, a friend of mine gave me some wild caught guppies, which are endlers today. So, you know, guppies that we see today are either hybrids, fancy guppies, or endlers. So, and now there is, what are they called? Muppies, which are molly guppy mixes. I mean, but anyway, as a young teenager, 12, 13, I had my first guppies, and they were actually raised in bowls with no filtration and no heater. And I did have guppy grass. And so they bred and filled up the bowls for pretty fast. So my mom went ahead and got me, I think, a 10 or a 15-gallon tank. And then when all of the guppies died off, because I still didn't know what I was doing, I tried following the book, but you know, the little book didn't tell you a whole lot. And I started keeping black mollies, and I enjoyed my black mollies for several years. And then I got into the marching band, so I quit keeping fish. And as a young adult, as a young mom, I think my kids were like 2, 4, and 6. I inherited a 55-gallon community tank. So that was in the mid-80s. So I hope I've answered your question. I'm not an expert by any means. I still make a lot of mistakes. I still learn from my mistakes. Only 5 years, you've evolved fast. Yes, thank you. I've been very involved in Aquarium Co-op, Bob Steamfot. If anybody knows Sergeant Tank, L.R. Bretts, Lucas Bretts, Flip Aquatics. Oh, I'm going to lose somebody. I'm going to leave somebody out. Of course, Dustin's Fish Tanks. And Rachel O'Leary. I've been, for the last 4 years, very involved. January of 2016 is when I started my YouTube channel. So January 2020 will be my 4th year on YouTube. I still have not managed to find guppy grass up here, LOL. I wished I could ship you some, D, because I have guppy grass, I have hornswort, I have java moss, I have cryptocorns. I forget what they're called. The red ones, the bronze ones. Rockford Fish Keeping says, done feeding and now fish are here. Have to go deal with that. Have a good one all. Thanks, Brian, for coming by and helping out. Good luck with the new fish coming in. Can't wait to see the video. HC Aqua's in the house. Hello, Jesse. How are you doing today? Amateur Aquatics says, that's cool. I started with goldfish when I was young, but I've only really got into fish keeping seriously for about a year. That's awesome. And I know you're still learning and experiencing things that you probably never expected to experience, because in this hobby, as it has transitioned over the years, I love watching Father Fish. So look him up on YouTube. Excuse me. Father Fish has over 70 years of experience in the hobby, and his intro is what I was watching the other day, and he was talking about technology and how the big box stores has made it so complicating and how we keep things in the hobby now. But if you like nature and go nature's way, I still have hang on the back filters and heaters in my aquariums, but this room in here, since I have so many tanks now, when I first open the fish room in the morning, you know, the heat, the humidity kind of hits me in the face, and I have to leave the door open to let it air out. And every once in a while I'll hook up a box fan just for air circulation. Since I've had to turn on the heat, the evaporation level has increased in all of my tanks. So if after a couple days they get noisy, I'll top them off, and then I still once a week or every 10 days do my regular water changes. Abel L says, nice story time. Thanks, Abel. Mark at Big Easy Support Group. Hello, sweetheart. Good to have you in the house this morning. So yeah, if y'all missed the story time, you can hit the replay and watch it. But right now, my largest aquarium is 55, but I also have a 125-gallon pond on the front porch with a 20-gallon tub and a 40-gallon oval tub. And in the 125-gallon pond are 7, like I said, common goldfish that I raised from 1 inch up. I went to a box store, I think PetSmart, and I bought like a dozen feeder fish, and some of them, you know, passed away within the first couple weeks. And I had 9 that matured and spawned for me in April and May. And I have 1 goldfish in the 10-gallon here behind me. Yes, I have it in a 10-gallon because I'm conditioning him to add him to the pond and with his parents. And he's quite happy. I have to do water changes sometimes twice a week, but he's doing well. Father Fish is amazing, Amateur Aquatics says. Yeah, I haven't gotten into his videos, but I'm really going to start getting into his videos, because to me, there's nothing like experience when you can listen. And I thank God that he has caught on to YouTube technology to where he can share some of that knowledge with those who really want to maybe do things the old school way. Hey, Chris, Multi-Tank Addictions. Hey, Fish Mom. So what is it there, 8 o'clock? Are you at work or on your way to work? I missed your late night last night. I'm going to go back and try to watch it sometime today. I'm not going to stay on much longer because I have to go get my son in a little bit. And today is laundry day. Thank you, Daryl. And anybody want a 2020 fish calendar? You need to go to multitankaddiction.com and order your 2020 calendar for $18. And he's sharing the proceeds with one of our own, 54 Punchy. And 54 Punchy also has a 2020 calendar, but it is not fish themed. It is nature themed. She is an artist as well and does different media, oil paintings and charcoal and pencil, and you know, all of Chris's art is hand drawn art as well, with different media that he uses. But his is fish related, hers is not. Hers is going up, let's see, where is hers going? Hers is going in my kitchen. And hers is $28, and she is self-employed. She does not work outside of her home. So her art is her income. So if you would go to Pam Earlywine at gmail.com on PayPal, hers is $28. And in the note, please tell her it is for the calendar and leave your mailing address. You're welcome, Chris, and God bless you. Amateur Aquatics says 70 years of keeping fish. I'm going to try and soak up as much knowledge from him as possible. And I agree with that, Amateur Aquatics. So Amateur Aquatics, what kind of fish do you keep again? And everybody, let's chat about the type of fish that you keep. I keep guppies and rainbows and denison barbs. I have a tank upstairs with crabenzas and flagfish. I have goldfish. I have corydoras. I have ram's horn snails. I have mystery snails. Thanks to Fish Room Fever, I got one floating in the current right now. But I've got eggs everywhere. One cluster has hatched out. Some of my substrates are black sand, pebbles, bare bottom. I have three bare bottom tanks. Small pebbles, medium pebbles. Oh, and I also have one yo-yo loach named Henry. And he is in my 20 tall with my half moon mosaic guppies. And I also have shrimp. I forgot about my shrimp. I have blue dreams, I have black rose, and I have snowballs. And so I have shrimp, self-cloning crayfish, mystery snails, ram's horn snails, corydoras, rainbows, denison barbs, one angelfish, fancy guppies. I've had, and I do have one gourami. I have flagfish, crabenza. That's it right now. But I've had gouramis, paradise fish. I've bred angels. I want to get back to angels when my coal tank gets empty. I've got a black moor goldfish coming from Caleb Aquatics, and I'm going to buy 4 of his koi angels after the first of the year when it warms up. I started with white clouds, platies, guppies, and a couple of zebra danios. Oh, that sounds like a nice start, nice community tank. I want some white clouds to put out in my pond with my goldfish to see how they're going to do. Will the goldfish eat them? Chris says, I'm so excited, Susan. I am at the cusp of 800. Woohoo! Everybody show love for love, and let's get these numbers up on these channels. There's several in the 800 range. Melvin at, I don't know what his channel name is now. Star Rising. Oh boy. Star Rising. Anyway, he's at 800. Chris is almost at 800. Anything that grow only 3 inches, Vanuski's tank said. So you like nano fish? JH Aquatics is in the house. Hello, Joseph. How are you doing, sweetheart? What time is it there in the islands? HC Aqua says they're in the wild in a couple valleys over from my house. Just haven't had time to wake up early enough. Awesome. Poison dart frogs. I don't want any poison dart frogs. Suzy Q, Danks Tanks, HC Aqua. Let's see. Hodge 21 says they're in the wild. Okay. I keep too many to name them all. Angelfish, gourami, discus, clown loaches, rainbows, stingrays are to name a few. Ooh, you got some freshwater stingrays? White Cloud Dynasty on YouTube has amazing white clouds. All right, thank you, Amateur Aquatics. Chris at Multi-Tank Addiction says Storm Riders something. Yep. Oh, I think it's Storm Riders Rising. I think he's at 800. He comes on before me on Tuesday nights. and he just had a birthday yesterday. And Abel says, that's cool, HC Aqua. Yeah, it is, to know that they are wild there in Hawaii. Poison dart frogs. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this short little live stream this morning. I am getting a little tired, and I'm going to have to get ready to go get my son soon from his procedure. Look for y'all over the weekend. If not, have a great weekend. And if not, see you Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Central Time. Susan for SLC Aquatics. Hashtag FishFamMom. I love you. Bye-bye.